Hello, everyone. I'm Joe Wiz, and welcome to the latest edition of the Feinline podcast. Good to have you along for another big weekend of winners. Where do we start? We got Major League Baseball action. We got soccer action. We got a report on the NBA. Did the Knicks do the right thing by getting Mikal Bridges and re-signing OG Anunoby? We'll talk about it, and we'll talk about the updated odds. But the big story in New York, it's not the Yankees, it's the red-hot New York Mets. And of all the games on the weekend series, the biggest series this weekend, perhaps, is the Houston Astros at Citi Field taking on the New York Mets. Right now, the Houston Astros are making a big move, and they have won 7 in a row. And all of a sudden, the Astros are a force to be reckoned with. They are just 3 games behind in the wild card race. Meanwhile, in the National League, the New York Mets are making a big run right now. They've won 8 of the last 10 and have been the hottest team in baseball in the month of June. And right now, the Mets are just 2 games behind in the wild card. And let's not dismiss the wild card, because you know what happened last year, right? 2 teams that did not win their divisions made it to the World Series. And that was the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Texas Rangers. And the Texas Rangers knocked off Arizona, as we all know. I hope you're tuning in and getting ready for some big winners today. There's 15 games on the board, as there always is on the weekends, unless there's a doubleheader going on somewhere. We got a ton of action going on in other baseball games. When I say other, did you ever think that the Mets would be taking precedence over the Yankees? Well, that's exactly what's happening. The Yankees are very fortunate because the Baltimore Orioles have been struggling just as bad as the Yankees have been. And right now, Yankees are still in first place. Hard to believe, but they are in the American League East, albeit just a very slim lead. But at the time right now, the Yankees are still in first place. But I told you from day one, back in March, I had projected the Baltimore Orioles to win the AL East and to represent the American League in the World Series. Let's not dismiss, the fact that Baltimore did lose 5 in a row and had to come back from behind to knock off the Cleveland Guardians on Wednesday night. And nobody is giving any respect to the Cleveland Guardians. And right now, the Guardians have the best record in the American League. And they just had a big winning streak snapped when they lost to Baltimore on Wednesday night. So we're going to break down all the big games for this weekend in baseball. And as I mentioned, the biggest series, believe it or not, is the Houston Astros taking on the New York Mets. And, of course, the Yankees taking on Toronto. Right now, you look at the Blue Jays, although they're just 6.5 games behind in the wild card, are the Blue Jays sellers, or are they going to continue to compete? It's tough right now because the Blue Jays just have been playing well all season long. And we'll see what happens in this series with the Yankees moving forward. But I'll have my projections on the picks with the Astros and the New York Mets. Tonight, Blanco for the Houston Astros goes up against Quintana. You got to like the pitching matchup favoring Blanco and the Houston Astros, but the Mets bats have been red hot with the resurgence of J.D. Martinez. He is clearly one of the biggest reasons why the Mets are playing as well as they are. And meanwhile, the Yankees will be going with Stroman, and the Jays will go with Kikuchi. And Stroman returns to Toronto. We'll see how he does. Toronto Blue Jays go with Kikuchi, who is 4-7 with a 4.00 ERA. So we'll talk about all the big games in baseball going on today and this weekend. And, of course, soccer action now. The serious stuff begins. We are down to the final 16. It's the knockout round in Euro 2024. It gets going at noon on Saturday. Switzerland takes on Italy. Did anybody see Italy score in the final minute? What a dramatic comeback they had with Italy knocking off Croatia. That was one of the most thrilling games I've seen in a while. But Italy pulled it off. Meanwhile, Germany takes on Denmark at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And, of course, noontime on Sunday, you got England and Slovakia. You got Spain taking on Georgia. Who thought that Georgia would make it? Right now, they have the longest odds of the 16 teams remaining in Euro 2024. Right now, Georgia is plus 25,000. plus 25,000, almost the same odds as Slovakia, who's going up against England. I don't expect them to advance, but it is a great story to talk about. And on Monday, we have France, who is one of the favorites. They take on Belgium, and France is just a tepid favorite in this matchup. France is minus 107, Belgium is plus 360. So the updated odds for Euro 2024, England plus 350, you have Spain at plus 450, France at plus 550, and then of course you got Germany at plus 550 and Portugal at plus 650. Not much separate the top 6 teams. Even the Netherlands is at plus 1200, but the top 5 teams, they're all within striking distance to win it all for Euro 2024, which the championship will be taking place on July 14th, which is the same date that Copa America will be happening. Their final will be taking place down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And of course, in Copa America action, Canada takes on Chile. That match goes at 8 p.m. on Saturday. Argentina, one of the favorites to take on Peru. Argentina's the defending champions. Argentina's minus 220, Peru's plus 700. And Team USA takes on Uruguay. This will be the first big test for Team USA on Monday at 9 p.m. And what I like about soccer is whether you like the favorite or you like the underdog, you can get a good ROI. And that's what this is all about, return on investment. Team USA is plus 205. Uruguay is plus 145. So whoever you take, you're getting money back. And that's what we talk about in soccer is ROI. Speaking of return on investment, one key thing for people out there that are wagering on soccer, you must get the Asian handicap line. Why? Because an Asian handicap line, if you're betting a game and it lands on 1-1, or if it's a draw before it goes into extra time, you will get a push, which means you get your money back. But a lot of these other sports books out there, I don't want to mention their names, if you have a push, you have a loss. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. A push, a tie, is a tie, and you get your money back. But not in all sports books. Make sure when you're wagering soccer, you get the Asian handicap line. I am super excited today. I have my American League Game of the Year going off today in baseball. One big game, but I absolutely love the pitching matchup. And you can get in touch with me by Instagram. Follow me at Joe Wiz Sports. You can go to Twitter, whichever one you like. You can also go to my website to get a free copy of the tip sheet at Joe Wiz Sports. And you can also call me or text me at 201-906-3853. Just use your free VIP code 505. So there's plenty of ways to get in touch with me now, with whether you're on Instagram, whether you like Twitter. I personally like Instagram better. Some people like Twitter better. I like Instagram better. So hit me up on Instagram, send me a DM, and I'll send you a winner. Plain and simple. And we got WNBA action going on today. Big game for the Fever taking on the Mercury on Sunday. We'll talk about the WNBA as well. We got you covered, whether you like baseball, whether you like soccer or basketball with the WNBA. There's plenty of opportunities to make money, and we are rolling. We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to talk about the Yankees taking on Toronto and the Mets and the Astros and what their expectations are through the month of July, because July is right around the corner. We'll take a quick break and back right after this.
I'm Jordan Hirsch with your Euro 2024 Flash Update. Well, we've reached the knockout stages with winner-go-home matches kicking off this weekend. England remains the favorite to hoist the trophy at plus 350, followed by Spain at plus 450 and France at plus 550. As for reigning champion Italy, they enter the round of 16 with the 7th shortest odds at plus 1600. Which country will be crowned champions of Europe? Head over to Joe Wiz Sports on Instagram for the winner.
Robot, why do customers love Nielsen Dodge?
Low prices, great service. Lisa new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus E all-wheel drive, just $89 a month.
And the robot never asked for a raise.
I don't want a raise.
See?
I want to run the whole show.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at nielsendodge.com. It's the season.
With approval, term Hornet 24 months, due at sign, $40.89. Add tax tag and $4.98 dock and DMV fees.
This is The Wiz. Did you just text me? Well, you can can. 201-906-3853. Let me know if you want a free winner in baseball, if you want a free winner in soccer, the WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853. Plain and simple. Text and win. Let me know if you want baseball, you want soccer, WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853.
Cheerleaders Philadelphia presents the beautiful Leah Gotti. Leah Gotti for 2 amazing nights, Friday and Saturday, June 28th and 29th. You don't want to miss this brunette beauty when she takes the main stage. It's Leah Gotti for 2 amazing nights, June 28th and 29th. The newly renovated Cheerleaders has the sexiest entertainers performing live on stage from noon until 2 a.m. With special overtime hours, Friday and Saturday nights. Cheerleaders is open until 4 a.m. This weekend's overtime DJs are Jimmy Six and DJ Quigs.
How would you like to get free baseball winners 7 days a week? Just follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. No hype, no pressure, nobody to talk to. Joe Wiz is one of the biggest names in sports betting. Just follow on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. That's JOEWIZ Sports. Free picks 7 days a week. Plain and simple. Follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. Or call direct 888-WIN-7000. That's 888-WIN-7000.
Welcome back to the Fine Line. Good to have you along for another big weekend of winners. We got baseball action, we got soccer, we got the WNBA, UFC, and the NBA draft. Where do we start? Well, we already gave you a little bit of hints of what we like and what we don't like, but I guess let's get right down to the biggest series of the weekend. That takes place at Citi Field. The New York Mets taking on the Houston Astros. How about the Mets dismantling the New York Yankees? And the Mets right now, they're taking on the hottest team in Major League Baseball. That is the Houston Astros. The Astros have won 7 in a row and right now are at 500. It's taken a while, but this team is finally playing better. Meanwhile, the New York Mets, they certainly are playing better. They are the hottest team in baseball right now. They won 8 of 10. They knocked off the Yankees on Wednesday night. They're off on Thursday, and now they take on the Houston Astros. And when you take a look at it here, the Mets right now, the way they're playing, after they take on the Houston Astros, which they'll play today, Saturday, it'll be Valdez and McGill. And on Sunday, I have to look this pitcher up. I have to be honest with you. I don't know much about Dublin for the Astros. I do have him listed as a 1-1 record with a 5.64 ERA, and Severino at 5-2 with a 3.29 ERA. I wonder if the Yankees would be interested in having Severino back after they gave up on him last year. Who knows, right? Severino did not play well for the Yanks, but he has played well for the Mets. And listen, the Mets, their big story is their acquisition. They got J.D. Martinez, and between him and Lindor, they've been lights out. And it's the Mets bats that have been carrying them, not their pitching. And they're getting this all done since Diaz got suspended last Sunday night in that controversial game on Sunday where they won the game. So I was happy to see the Mets get the win there. But you look at it here, let's go beyond this series this weekend. The Mets have a very favorable schedule. They got 4 at Washington, 4 at Pittsburgh. And again, Washington and Pittsburgh aren't that much different than the Mets are right now. But Washington Nationals right now are a couple of games under 500. Pittsburgh Pirates are always a force to be reckoned with, and they're a 500 team at home. After that, they came home and they take on Washington for 3. Then they take on Colorado, who, arguably are the worst team in Major League Baseball. Them and the Chicago White Sox. White Sox are actually worse than the Rockies are. Rockies are really bad. But then the All-Star game comes, and then they close out July with 4 games at Miami. Then they have the Yanks for 2, Atlanta, and Minnesota. So all things considered, the Mets' schedule is very favorable. Again, 4 at Washington, 4 at Pittsburgh. Then they come home for 3 with Washington, 3 with Colorado, All-Star game, 4 at Miami, 2 with the Yanks. And hey, the Mets prove they're better than the Yankees right now. We'll see what happens if the Yankees add a batter or whatever the case may be. Then they got the Braves, the Twins, and that's the end of July. And then we go into August, right? August 1st. Hey, August 1st is the Hall of Fame game between the Texans and Bears. I'll get to that in a minute because we're talking baseball right now. And today I do have one game that I absolutely love in baseball. It's my American League Game of the Year. It's not this matchup. Why? Because the Mets are in the National League and the Astros are in the American League. So it's an interleague game, obviously. So I do have one game that I really like a lot today. The pitching matchup is all set. All we have to do is win the game, and that's what I do. And you could follow me on Instagram at Joe Wiz Sports. Hit me up right now. The good thing about Instagram is once you follow me, you get free picks every day, 7 days a week. And imagine that every morning you wake up and boom, Joe Wiz sent me a free pick. Boom, Joe Wiz sent me a free pick in baseball. He sent me a free pick in soccer, a free pick in football, a free pick in hockey. Every day you get a free pick when you follow me at Joe Wiz Sports. And the Powerball drawing is tonight. If you send me a DM, I'm putting the Powerball numbers. I'm doing something different. I'm putting it up on stories in Instagram. So I'm going to take a picture of the ticket, and I'm going to have 5 chances for you to win $1 million. How? Well, here's the deal. If I hit the Powerball drawing, you win $1 million cash. But there's a catch. I have to hit the Powerball drawing. And number 2, you have to prove that I sent you a check mark. The only way you can get a check mark from me is you have to follow first. After you follow, you send me a DM and just hit Powerball, and boom, we send you a check mark. It's more valuable than the Elon Musk check mark. It's more valuable than the Zuckerberg check mark because this is real money and you have a real chance of winning. We just have to hit the Powerball and you get a free $1 million. Hey, with all the storms that took place on Wednesday, lightning can strike anywhere, and it did in some areas, and some people lost their lives with it, which I don't want to get into that story, but that's a very sad story. But be that as it may, Powerball drawing. You send me a DM, we'll send you $1 million as long as we hit the Powerball. I mean the full Powerball, the millions of dollars, not 5 out of 6, which I had several times already, and I wasn't happy about it. And of course, on Twitter, we put out free picks at Joe Wiz Sports. Go to Twitter. Joe Wiz Sports is a free pick right now. And if you'd like to get a free copy of my tip sheet, just go to joewizsports.com. You go there right now. And if you'd like to get a free winner by text, hey, hit me up, 201-906-3853. It's funny. Some people say 201 or 201 or 906 or 906. You get the drift, right? 201-906-3853. The minute you send a text, we send you a winner instantly. Just use your free VIP code 505. You text that number or call that number, and I'll get you a winner. It's amazing how many times people are shocked when they call and they're like, is this really Joe Wiz? I got you on the phone. I said, yeah, don't worry. I speak English and we answer the phone. That's not like in any other part of the country. I mean, you call any company, Verizon, Cablevision, T-Mobile, it's hard to get an it's hard to get an operator on the phone, number one. And number 2, it's hard to get someone that you understand. You know, even on Google AdWords, I can never get anybody on Google that I can understand. So I try and do everything on the computer, which is frustrating. I'm old school and like to speak to someone, and that's why I separate myself from a lot of other people out there. Be that as it may, whether you like Instagram or Twitter, if you want to text me or go to my website and get a free copy of the tip sheet, joewizsports.com, you have numerous opportunities to reach me. Let's take a look at the American League here and talk about the Yankees and Jays. The Yankees, it's hard to believe the Yankees are still in first place, be that as it may, because the Baltimore Orioles just snapped a 5-game losing streak on Wednesday night. Baltimore is taking on the Texas Rangers. The Yankees in the series here, they play Thursday. Tonight they got Stroman returns against Kikuchi. Then you got Cortez pitching on Saturday, and you got Garrett Cole pitching on Sunday. What could we expect from Garrett Cole? You know, nobody knows. Right now his record's 0-1 with a 9 ERA. Is Cole going to be back to his Cy Young days as last year? Probably not, but no one's expecting that. You just want a good 5 or 6 solid innings from Cole, and I think the Yankees will be happy. But clearly the Yankees need another bat. And I'm not sure who that is because the lineup for the Yankees is pretty pathetic right now. So Yankees are going to definitely have to get some other, other than Judge and, Soto. Who else scares you on the Yankee lineup? Nobody. So we'll see what happens with that. And in this matchup here with Stroman, believe it or not, I like the Yankees tonight with Stroman against the Jays and Kikuchi. Stroman returned to Toronto. Stroman has actually pitched better on the road than he has at home. So I like the Yanks there. And getting back to the Mets and Astros tonight with Blanco and Quintana, as good as the Mets have been playing, the Astros have even been playing better, at least recently. The Mets have been the hottest team in June, but the last week, the Astros have not lost a game. They're 7-0. And they got Blanco pitching with an 8-2 record, with a 2.34 ERA. I'm riding the Astros. And if you want to know what the updated odds are for the World Series, you got the Dodgers are still favored at plus 300. Believe it or not, the Yanks are still the second choice at plus 475. Phillies at plus 500. Braves are plus 600. And if you're wondering about the Mets, well, they're plus 10,000, so they're not getting much respect. But it's great to see that the Mets have turned their season around and at least going to be relevant for the second half of the season as we get ready for the basketball season in October. Because the big storyline in New York this weekend was, of course, what the Knicks did, getting Mikal Bridges from the Nets and re-signing OG Anunoby. Are the Knicks legitimate title contenders? I think so. We'll talk about the updated odds for the New York Knicks, but I want to remind everyone the most important thing today is to get my American League Game of the Year. One big game in baseball that has a 90% chance of winning. Now, do I hit 90%? Of course not. Don't be silly. If I hit 65%, I'm very happy. There are weeks that fluctuate, but overall for the season, we're doing okay. So hit me up if you want on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. On Twitter, same thing. You can go to my website, get a free copy of the tip sheet, or just send me a text or call me, 201-906-3853. Just use your free VIP code 505, and this Game of the Year is yours free. No questions asked. The minute you call or text, I give you the winner. 201-906-3853. There I go again, 0 and 0. Who cares? You get the drift, right? Hit me up, and I'll get you the winner on that as well. And we got a lot more to talk about here. We got soccer action, Copa America. We got to talk about Euro 2024. We're going to talk about the Knicks and what their updated odds are for the NBA championship. And we'll even talk about the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. What's going to happen when she plays on Sunday? It's all coming up right after this.
I'm Jordan Hirsch with your MLB Flash Update. It's a battle of two teams on the rise this weekend when the Astros face the Mets. Entering the series, Houston has won 7 straight, while New York has won 11 of their last 13 games. Currently, the Stros are minus 128 to make the playoffs, while the Amazons still have an uphill climb at plus 146. Will either of these teams sneak their way into the postseason? Head over to Joe Wiz Sports on Instagram to find out.
Cheerleaders Philadelphia presents the beautiful Leah Gotti. Leah Gotti for 2 amazing nights, Friday and Saturday, June 28th and 29th. You don't want to miss this brunette beauty when she takes the main stage. That's Leah Gotti for 2 amazing nights, June 28th and 29th. The newly renovated Cheerleaders has the sexiest entertainers performing live on stage from noon until 2 a.m. With special overtime hours, Friday and Saturday nights. Cheerleaders is open until 4 a.m. This weekend's overtime DJs are Jimmy Six and DJ Quigs.
This is The Wiz. Did you just text me? Well, you can. 201-906-3853. Let me know if you want a free winner in baseball, if you want a free winner in soccer, the WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853. Plain and simple. Text and win. Let me know if you want baseball, you want soccer, WNBA, horse racing, I got you covered. 201-906-3853.
Robot, why do customers love Nielsen Dodge?
Low prices, great service. Lisa new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT Plus E all-wheel drive, just $89 a month.
And the robot never asked for a raise.
I don't want a raise.
See?
I want to run the whole show.
On Route 10 in East Hanover, or shop online at NielsenDodge.com. It's the season.
With approval, term Hornet 24 months due at sign, $40.89. Add tax tag and $4.98 dock and DMV fees.
How would you like to get free baseball winners 7 days a week? Just follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. No hype, no pressure, nobody to talk to. Joe Wiz is one of the biggest names in sports betting. Just follow on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. That's JOEWIZ Sports. Free picks 7 days a week. Plain and simple. Follow and win on Instagram, Joe Wiz Sports. Or call direct 888-WIN-7000. That's 888-WIN-7000.
Welcome back to the Fine Line Podcast. Thanks for tuning in on this big weekend of action. We want to thank our sponsors, NielsenDodge.com. Whether you want a pre-owned vehicle or a brand new vehicle, you'll be driving home in a car in a whiz moment. Go to NielsenDodge.com. Once again, NielsenDodge.com, the official sponsor of the Fine Line. And of course, we got Cheerleaders in Philadelphia. That's CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. If you're in the Philly area, go check out Philadelphia's hottest adult entertainment club, CheerleadersPhiladelphia.com. And I want to remind everyone I have my American League Game of the Year going off today. It's one of my biggest plays of the season. Just give me a call at 201-906-3853. You can use your free VIP code 505. You can text that number or you can call that number. Now, if you'd like to get free winners every day, 7 days a week, just follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter, Joe Wiz Sports, and qualify to win a free $1 million. Remember, I have to hit the Powerball drawing for Saturday night. We hit that Powerball drawing, you qualify to win free $1 million. I got to hit the whole jackpot. But you need a check mark. In order to get a check mark, you need to follow me. Whether you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, I prefer Instagram, but if you like Twitter, I'm all for it. Either one works for me. Instagram or Twitter, Joe Wiz Sports. You send us a DM, we send you a check mark, and we'll also send you our Game of the Year, which goes off today. If you'd like to get a free copy of my tip sheet, go to JoeWizSports.com. You'll see I made the biggest legal bet ever in the state of New Jersey. JoeWizSports.com. Go there right now. Now, everyone's been asking me about this big trade that took place with the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not sure if it was a trade. I guess it was. But when you talk about it here, the New York Knicks right now, them acquiring Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets, it puts them very close to the Boston Celtics. Is it enough to knock off Boston? Anything's possible, you know. The Celtics, like I said, I just heard that Porzingis might not be ready until February, but who cares, right? Porzingis, is what it is, and he didn't play much in the finals, and they didn't need him against Dallas, which tanked in the finals, which was very disappointing. But the Knicks will have, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby. They just gave him a 5-year contract worth $212 million. And he got a player option in his final season. Now, the only concern about OG is that he gets injured a lot. He hasn't reached 70 games in a regular season since 2017 and 2018. And no more than 50 games in 3 of the last 4 years. Don't forget, he just missed 27 games this past season. So, injuries are always a part of the problem with every team. Who knows where the Knicks would have gone if Julius Randle was healthy. But now you got OG Anunoby, you got Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. Where is Julius Randle going to be in October? Is he going to be with the Knicks? Or is he going to be with someone else? That's going to be a big question mark here. Same thing for Hartenstein. I doubt the Knicks will be able to offer him enough money. All things considered, I think the Knicks did the right move. And right now, the updated odds for the NBA Finals, you have Boston at plus 300, Denver at plus 700. The Knicks are the third choice at plus 800 with Oklahoma City. And then you got the T-Wolves, Milwaukee Bucks, Dallas at plus 1,000. The Sixers are at plus 1,400. I'm curious to see what kind of move the Sixers make, or is the Embiid era going to come to an end soon? We don't know. Ton of action happening all over the place here. As I mentioned, we talked about the Astros and we talked about the Mets big series at Citi Field. Pitching matchups favor the Astros in a couple of the games here on Friday and Saturday. We'll see what happens there. I'm not sure what to expect with the Yankees because their lineup is so bad that I don't even know how the Yankees were playing so well. But right now the Yankees got Volpe, Soto, but Jones, Judge, Grisham, Davis, Verdugo struggling, LeMahieu stinks, Trevino, Rice, young kid, we don't know what to expect him. Cabrera's a disaster. This Yankee team, it's hard to believe that they're in first place in American League East. I doubt we'll see them in first place come September or even October when the real thing begins. But we'll see if Cashman makes a move. But all things considered, I do give the green light for the Knicks and the acquisition they got with Mikal Bridges and even signing Anunoby. I think that they had to do it. So, those are the odds. Right now, the Knicks are the third choice as far as that's concerned. We got UFC action going on Saturday. Pereira is minus 143 in the light heavyweight. I expect him to advance at minus 143. I don't like playing big chalk, but I'm okay with minus 143. And we got the featherweight, Brian Ortega going up against Diego Lopes. I like Ortega, the dog there, plus 123. I think he has a shot in getting the win there. We got the WNBA on Sunday. We got the Indiana Fever taking on the Phoenix Mercury. And if you look at my Instagram post last week when the Fever played the Sky, I said just play over. The Fever go over like 80% of their games. And I'm going to recommend playing the over until that trend stops. So baseball in that matchup there, I like the over between the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, and the Phoenix Mercury. Now, getting back to baseball, one thing I did want to mention that I didn't mention earlier, in soccer, I mentioned to everyone about betting. Make sure you bet the Asian handicap line whenever you're betting soccer, because if a game is at the end of regulation at 1-1 and you bet that team, you're not going to get a loss. But if you do, you will with some of the bigger betting platforms out there. Some sportsbooks offer the Asian handicap line. If you're betting soccer, you need to have an Asian handicap line. It's the only way you should be betting soccer. In baseball, if you're betting the pitcher, which is obviously the most important aspect when betting baseball, you have to list the pitcher. There's action or there's listed pitcher. If you list a pitcher and your pitcher doesn't go that game, your game doesn't count. You'll get your money back. If you bet action, it matters. Doesn't matter who pitches. You can have anybody on the mound. Action means action, and whoever pitches on the mound that day, you will get. That's the bet that you made. So if you're going with a quality pitcher and somehow they put a scrub in that day, if you don't specify pitcher, you're going to have a problem. And the other thing with baseball is F5. You can bet the first 5 innings. Sometimes if you feel a team has a very good starting pitcher but a suspect bullpen, you can go the first 5. That's what F5 stands for. So pay attention to that because that is important. And remember, my American League Game of the Year goes today. You can give me a call to get the winner instantly. 201-906-3853. Just let me know, use your free VIP code 505 and I'll get you the winner. That's 201-906-3853. Use free VIP code 505. You can follow me on Instagram or Twitter to qualify to win a free $1 million. Follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Joe Wiz Sports. Go there right now. Send me a DM. I'll send you my American League Game of the Year. And if you'd like to get a free copy of my tip sheet, just go to joewizsports.com. And I'm really excited with the soccer action, Copa America, and the stuff going on. Team USA will be back in action against Uruguay on Monday. And since I won't be on air on Monday, I'm going to take a shot with Team USA at plus 205. They're plus 200 against Uruguay on Monday. Nice big dog for you. And soccer, it's the knockout round. The winner goes on, the loser goes home. And there's some good matchups going on in Euro 2024. So we'll talk about more about that. But on Saturday, Germany, I'm expecting them to advance past Denmark, but Germany's minus 175. It's a big odds that you have to put up. So pay attention to soccer. Most important thing with soccer is get the Asian handicap line. So if it lands on 1-1 or 0-0, which is 0-0 in soccer terminology, you get a push and you get your money back. Some sportsbooks rip you off and don't give you that opportunity. Remember, this is your last chance to get my American League Game of the Year. 201-906-3853. You send me a text or call. Use your free VIP code 505. On Instagram, on Twitter, Joe Wiz Sports. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors, NielsenDodge.com. If you're looking for a pre-owned or brand new car, you'll be driving in a vehicle in a whiz moment at NielsenDodge.com. Check them out. NielsenDodge.com. And if you're in the Philly area, cheerleadersphiladelphia.com. We are just about out of time. I want to thank you for tuning into the Feinline podcast, and we'll be talking to you and hopefully back on the airwaves in New York very soon.